Now, what we all been waiting for, the game of the week, possibly the game of the year, maybe game of the century, bigger than the Super Bowl, they're saying. We have the Packers, the Eagles versus the Packers, with Green Bay being favored by 2.5 points. You heard that right, folks. 2.5 points. The Packers are favored by in Cheeseland in Green Bay. Uh, let me get. I'll talk about the Packers. Do you want? No, I'll talk about the Eagles. You want to talk about the Packers a little bit after that?
Sure.
Okay. So let's talk about the Eagles. Eagles are coming off a bye week. Okay, getting healthier, getting better. So they're coming off a bye week. They now let's talk about what they've done in that bye week. Okay, before that bye week they signed Brandon Graham. They go trade for Michael Carter II. They go trade for Jair Alexander. They go trade for Jaden Phillips. That's there you go. 5 guys are getting back on the team. Now, that's just not it. Nolan Smith, full participant. He's getting off the IR. He's our best pass rusher. Now I would say Jaden Phillips is. Nolan Smith is now he's back. We also get back Jacorian Bennett, the guy we traded from the Raiders for the corner. He's back. So now we have another 3 new corners are going to be on our team. Carter, Bennett, and Alexander. So there you go. Those guys are back. Jacorian Bennett's back. AJ Brown is back. He didn't play against the Giants and we blew the doors off them. So AJ Brown got 2 weeks to recover, get healthier. And Nakobe Dean, who's on the PUP list, he has gotten better and healthier. They've actually got him now playing more snaps since more than Campbell, our rookie, and since Nakobe Dean has been in, the rush defense has gotten way better. At just the defense alone, coverage defense has gone way better. Okay, Nakobe Dean was almost a Pro Bowler before he got that injury in the playoffs, actually against the Packers, which is ironic. But he's getting more snaps, more than Campbell. So that's great. Now, let's also look back in that game against the Giants. You could tell it was kind of a playbook against the Giants what was happening. They were using jumbo set, using Fred Jackson. We call him Big Fred in the Eagles do. So they're using another offensive tackle, another offensive lineman to run these big jumbo sets. And what happened? Barkley ran for 150 yards. So I think they're going to keep to that style and use it, run it more, and then use it off the play action or whatever, or for RPOs, because I think that's a really good thing. So Kevin Patullo, the guy a lot of the Eagles fans who didn't like, because it looks like he's growing as offensive coordinator, and I've liked what I've seen in the last 2-3 previous games from. He is actually he's opening it up, if you will. Now let's talk about Jalen Hurts. Now, does he have gaudy numbers? No, but he's having one of his best years of his whole career, okay? He has thrown for 280 yards 3 out of the last 4 games. He has only 15 touchdowns and 1 interception. I believe he had his first interception just like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. So it took a long time for that. And he has a completion rate of 71%. So he's hardly turned the ball over, and he's completing the ball at a high rate. The defense is ranked 4th in a league opponent pass rating. So they're holding teams to damn near nothing passing against them. They're also one of the best I think they're number 1 in red zone offense and number 1 in red zone defense. They're in the top 3 for sure for both of them. So they're not letting teams score them, and they score all the time. Also, Nick Sirianni is 4-0 after the bye, and he's winning those games after the bye by 10 point or more points more margin. So when he's off a bye, he's blowing teams out the water. Okay, so keep that in mind. And do not forget, it was the Packers. It was the Green Bay Packers who initiated for the tush push to get canceled, to
Don't
take it
even
off the
start
league.
with that.
Yeah.
This is a lot of talk just for you to pick the Packers, man. I don't know. You got to get to the cut to the chase here.
Hey, I really did my research here, right, man?
You did. I feel like I showed up without my homework done today. I'm like,
sorry. So all that is all that. Also, I got a little more tidbit here, but I'll let Adam take it away with the Packers. You got anything to say?
yeah, I need about 8 seconds, but no, I mean, that's a lot of lot of good things for the Eagles. The Eagles are playing well. I hate that Jalen Hurts is looking good. Some of their changes to the offense seem to be working. So they are ironing out some of those issues that they had in the beginning of the year. I still don't know about Saquon taking a little step back. But yeah, I can't say that I'm feeling very confident in this game. I think if I switch over to the Packers, last week was a terrible win. They got pushed around by a team that they shouldn't have gotten pushed around by.
Terrible loss. You said win.
Terrible loss. I think some of the big things, obviously losing Tucker Kraft is a huge blow. He's looking like a top 3 tight end in the league. The second big point is I don't know if there's some issue with LaFleur and Love. The offense just isn't clicking in the way that I want it to. Everybody's calling for less conservative play calling. I think the Packers are way too focused on getting the run game going every game when our strength is Jordan Love in this passing game. I think we don't have a true number one wide receiver, but we have a deep wide receiver core. We can spread the ball out. I think it was 2 games ago that Love had 20 completions in a row in a game.
Yeah.
I don't understand the obsession with trying to run to get 3 yards every damn play when we can get that every time with short passing plays that Love excels at. So something's just not jiving there. I don't know if we're always calling plays where he can audible to either one and he's always audibling to the run, or if these are just play call runs. I don't understand what's going on. I think LaFleur is going to hear some of the criticisms. Also, I think if I have to be optimistic, losing Tucker Kraft and pushing Luke Musgrave, a more pass-catching tight end, into the lineup might push the Packers away from being such a 12 personnel offense and might force us to start running the ball more, since it's that Tucker Kraft is a great blocker in the run game. So optimistically, I'm hoping that the offense gets shaken back to life, and we can start scoring more points. We moved the ball when we needed to against the Panthers. We still had a lot of yards. We got to the red zone 5 times. There was a lot of plays that had to happen for the Packers to lose that game, besides a really stupid 4th and 8 play call. Like there were a lot of things that if we played that game 10 times, we win 8 or 9 times. So it sucks. I don't think that changes everybody's opinion of the Packers, obviously, looking at the spread for today. But yeah, I guess that's my little whatever diatribe on the Packers.
Yeah, yours more to the ground to the Packers than I am. Even though I like to pay attention to them and like a lot of NFL teams. But what are you hearing from the injuries? Because I'm pretty sure Michael Parsons there for rest, but Watson was limited practice. He turned to a questionable. He popped up on the injury list today. With his knee. Luke Van Ness did not practice. Yeah,
he's not going to play.
Matthew Golden is limited as well with his shoulder. And you guys placed Marshawn Lloyd on injured reserve. And then Wicks is questionable, and he's limited practice on Thursday with a calf injury, that LaFleur said. And Walker's questionable, and Cooper's questionable. I know Cooper and I think Walker will play. But anything on yeah,
that's a lot of guys. I don't know.
And Hobbs is going to miss 2 games with the grade 1 MCL sprain.
Yeah, I think that's fine. He can go sick for a little bit. Yeah, that's obviously very concerning. I don't know how serious these injuries are. I haven't heard that anybody from that list is expected to miss. We are getting Devontae Wyatt back to healthy, so that's a good thing. But yeah, that's a lot of minor injuries that is concerning.
Yeah, and I know your thing with Jacobs. Like he's only you talk about Barkley not getting, but Barkley has more yards on less carries than Jacobs does. And
he's taking a step back for sure.
But what I'm surprised at though, Jacobs has over 200 yards receiving. So you're right that they'd like to use that short passing game, and that's actually, I know he's only averaging 3.8 yards a carry, but with 204 yards receiving, that's that kind of helps out that out with 8.9 yards a carry. So I see what you're saying, that like maybe they should stop trying to pound the rock, and get the yards by these short passes or these flats or these quick slants and
Yeah.
stuff.
Not screen passes, not jet sweeps, especially
Yeah.
on third downs. It's so frustrating.
Yeah, and I totally get that. Look, I'm not gonna be surprised. I'm not trying to be a hater. I was very surprised the Packers were favored. I really
Me too.
was. Um, and I know the Eagles. They've been looking funky too, and they looked like the best they've looked, but that was against the Giants. I understand that argument, but the amount of trades we made, the amount of the stats, how good we are off a bye, and the way that Hurts almost never turns the ball over. I am a little worried about getting towards Jordan Love, because he's only been sacked 11 times. So we're in week 10, so it's maybe a sack a game. So I am worried about that. Hurts is not that sacked that much. He's like not as bad as either, but not as good as Jordan Love. So I am concerned about that. But I've been saying this for this whole thing, and I think it's good play calling or good coaching. There is nobody in this offense that scares me. I truly don't. Like, I think Mitchell will lock up whoever wide receiver he's on. He's gonna lock him up. I don't care what wide receiver it is. He's gonna lock him up. So I don't know who's gonna. I don't know what the Packers do. I think scheming and coaching is gonna keep them like in the possibly to win this game. With that being said, just more tidbits from me from the Eagles. These are just betting tidbits. The Eagles are 8-2 against the spread in their last 10 road games, and they're 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games against the Green Bay Packers. So they're not only covering, but they're winning those games. So look at people. You already know where I'm heading. Like I'm surprised. I really am surprised. The Eagles are getting healthier. They've made these trades. Phillips, he's playing the Fangio system. I read today, he said he's going to play his first game. Brandon Graham, he's going to just plug and play as well. He knows the system like the back of his hand. Jacory Bennett, a good corner, he's back. And who knows, Carter? I don't know. I just don't know. And I don't know. I don't know how. I think it's going to be a good game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout by any means. But the Eagles, the last 3 games, including the playoffs, they've had their number. And I think I'm going to take the Eagles money line. Obviously, I'm just going to take it straight up because I don't know. I think it's gonna be a good game though. I think it's gonna be fun. I mean, we're going to be texting. I could be a little how do I say it? A little unbearable on the
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's fair. Fair.
So all right, man. I think we're all wondering where you're going to take, because we all thought you were going to take I should say we, but I thought you were going to take the Panther. I thought you were going to take the Packers to cover against the Panthers. Are you taking the Packers to cover against the Eagles?
Get the drum roll, baby. I'm obviously taking the Packers. I shouldn't say it's obvious. I think the narrative is the Packers play to their competition. That only lasts for so long. They lose this game, we're going to be starting to think in a little different way. And I just think they rise to the occasion and put up points. And yeah, I think it's going to be a great game.
Yeah, I think, like I already said, I think what keeps you guys in the game is the running game gets going, and good coaching, schematic. I think that's what's going to keep with you. I think talent wise is on the Eagles side, but I think the floor, who has been, you said yourself, like the run game, but I think coaching and I think that's going to keep you guys in the game. So guys, we're gonna on Monday night, we're talking about before the game maybe, or possibly at halftime and after reaction, because it's our 2 favorite teams. That's hard for Adam, because Adam he's usually in bed, but we're thinking about doing that. We'll see how it goes. We might do it live. Keep an eye on that. So it's gonna be really fun. I'm pumped. I think it's gonna be one of the better games of the year, to be honest with you, because 2 teams whoever wins can be obviously from the top of the NFC, and this has like a lot for who's going to be in the seeding for the playoffs and come the end of the season. So it's gonna be a great game. I'm pumped. So yeah, tune in, guys. Monday Night Football.